Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Love ya. And I thought I'd make this video. I don't want to seem critical at all. I just want to start out saying that I think Norway, on paper at least, still haven't visited. Norway is probably the best country on earth, all things considered, economic, political, um, you know, stability, safety, so on and so forth. I've said this many times, talk about Norway a lot on my channel. I'm very supportive of Norway. I want to see you guys seem to be doing comparatively with the rest of the world just fine. Don't need outside people, influencing or making choices and whatnot. And so I do not want to at all seem as though I'm saying I know what's right and you don't, and not at all. All I want to do is say, hey, this is one thing that I think is something to look out for, and offer up some suggestions that I think might be good. And if you disagree, fine. I would say that I think I have a decent perspective in that America was doing quite well, on average. Not for everyone. Some groups, obviously terrible position. Obviously, if you go certainly way back in our history, slavery, atrocious, so on and so forth. Don't need to go over that. Everybody knows, most people know quite well. Certain groups, certain people, certain areas, terrible. It's a big country. It's more like comparing Europe and America. There's some, I'm sure, atrocities that have occurred in Europe. So once you get a big enough population, it's bound to happen, right? Anyway, I, however, have seen this particular issue be more and more of a problem, and I think immigration is a wonderful, fantastic thing, amazing. It attracts real go-getter type of people, hard worker, creative people, and it's super beneficial for countries, and it's made America what it is. If America wasn't open to immigrants, I don't know what nationality I would be now. Where my ancestors would have gone. So, can be super beneficial and helpful, and I think if you look at some places like Japan, they're having a lot of problems, and I heard that they're considering opening up and letting more immigration in because population decline, having troubles with debt and stuff, and it looks like they will probably need to bring people in. So I think it can be super beneficial, and it's great to bring, especially people with new ideas, bringing the best part of their cultures into your country is great. Now, having said all that, some areas of the world have a lot of bad things in their culture. Every culture has some good, some bad, but some areas have a particularly large amount of bad. Now, having said that, I think the degree of difficulty in getting in a country, getting visa, residency, or citizenship should not depend on anything that is outside of someone's control. So where they're from, if they're man, woman, old, young, or whatever. It should also not be based on if they're a part of a certain group, certain religion, whatever. Because first of all, obviously, if it's out of their control, if they're born in a poor country, that's not their fault. It's much easier to kind of look in groups and to filter out, because often you have more sort of qualified candidates from wealthier countries. But I don't think that's right to just go, hey, this person, is from this country, so we're going to give them a better time, make it easier for them to get residency or citizenship or whatnot. I think you should try to make it as equal as possible. Might not be perfect, but try to do your best. Also, when a group gets very big, there's often differing opinions, and it's just inevitable. Especially with religion, there can be one group that claims they're the real part of the religion. This group within the religion claims they're the real, whatever religion, and they could have very conflicting views but still call themselves the same religion, right? Even within those groups, people could say, I'm in this whatever denomination of this religion, and they could have very differing beliefs. So you kind of have to find out from the individual. But I'm not an expert on screening of people, but I know that there are ways to do that. And it's not easy, it's not perfect, but you can try, right? I think the main things are find out the criminal record. Oh, before I jump into that, quick. Everybody wants to help out as many people as they can, right? We want to do the best we can for the world. If you're at least a decent person, right? But reality is, barring miracles, you can't. If you have a house, let's say, you only have a certain amount of room in your house that you can bring in people to live, if you're trying to help homeless people. You only have a certain amount of money that you can give to help pay for people who don't have food. You only have a certain amount of time in your day to volunteer and, let's say you know some medical stuff and help heal people. You only have limited things, and you have to take care of yourself on top of it. So everybody can only do a certain amount, and there's also a certain amount that, let's say you're giving away so much money that you're only leaving yourself with a little bit of food, so then your body's not being maintained well. Maybe you're getting poor quality food, so that's draining on you, and so then you're not able to help as many people, and maybe you die eventually. That's kind of an extreme thing, but you know what I'm saying? In that you have to have a certain amount of keeping yourself healthy, keeping yourself sane, and after that, help as many people as you can. Because if you're starting to dig into your own health and wellness and safety and things, if you go away or if you're less productive, you're not going to be able to help as many people, right? So if you look at a country basis, also, the country only has a certain GDP, only has a certain amount of available homes, available land, available things to help. So, a country like Norway, I believe about 5 million people, if you want to have completely open borders and help everyone no matter what, there's going to be so many problems because you're not going to have enough space, you're going to be overrun, and then if you give a large amount of these people citizenship, they're going to be voting, if they're not vetted, you're going to be voting against the strong good values that Norway has. If you get too many people with conflicting values, So I think help as many people as you can within your country. Figure out what that number is. A country like America can help more people, but even America can't help everyone. No single country can help all the people who need help with all of their issues. You've got to figure out how much you can do within reason while still being able to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and grow, so on and so forth. I think this is kind of self-evident and should be goes without saying, but some people seem to think that every country should have open borders and that it would be fine. There would be no issues, but in reality it wouldn't, because you have to maintain basically the engine, right? If you have a farm, you have to maintain, you have to keep it up. You can't just have everybody come on the farm and live on the farm. You won't be able to make crops anymore. You have to maintain what it is that helps other people. So if you have a good political system and economy and things, you have to maintain that so that you're able to help other people. And ideally, you can help them in their own country. You send money, you send experts, you send, you try to educate people so that make their own country better. Before that, if you can bring in people who you think can help your country, that'd be great, because then you can make your engine, your economy, your country better, and that should be able to make more money and more experts and more things to help outside the country. So you figure out what that number is, put a cap on it. This is my plan. This is what I'm thinking. Any country, you have an opportunity to be vetted, be filtered, be how do you say, screened, right? And maybe you don't have time to filter everyone, so maybe there's a list, maybe there's a line, maybe there's a waiting time, but you try. And after that cap is met for the year or whatever, then the only sort of aid or help to other people, individuals, countries, is out on the outside, right? And again, I just want to say, like, there are tons of people that need help that are not getting help right now. And you're not, if you're helping them, God bless you. Pray for the best for you, that you're doing great things. But you're not helping everyone, because you can't. Again, barring miracles. We're trying to do what we can. So, okay, you get it. I just trying to be real clear. Now we can finally get into these things. If you stayed with the video this long, hats off to you. So, like I said, try to get as many people as you can, just based on when they apply, not based on, their ethnicity, where they are, their race, their gender, what country they're from. None of this stuff. You try to find out as much as you can about them. If there's criminal record, I think probably you're going to say no matter what. I mean, if it's barring things like, maybe traffic ticket, maybe, I don't know, littering or something that's like, yeah, that's not good, and we don't want that here, but it might be, just an accident or, something you did when you were younger, or you kind of change. That's where the beliefs come in. You try to find out where somebody is at. If they have something like, a woman might deserve to, I don't want to say the word, but the R word, because of what she's wearing, then I'd say that's an automatic fail. No, you can't come in this country. You can't get a resident visa. You can't get citizenship. This is unacceptable, right? Can we say that? If somebody says it's okay to steal once in a while, it's okay to, commit grand theft. It's okay to point guns at people if they say something mean, something like this. Most Norwegians don't have guns, but you know what I'm saying. It's okay to pull a knife out, right? If somebody says something like that, then automatically no, sorry, failed. Maybe they can apply again in 5 or 10 years or something, right? And you're gonna get liars. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not a professional filter person, but there are people who do this, and I'm sure there's best practices, and you do the best you can. That's what I'm saying. You just do the best you can. And I don't know all the ins and outs of what Norway does, and I'm guessing they do pretty good because Norway does quite well with most things. But I have seen some videos where it seems that immigration has been a problem, particularly people coming in with different cultures and beliefs and things like this. So they think this is where it really could prevent major issues in the future. And I see a lot of issues coming into America with immigrants. Again, just to be clear, I love immigration. I'm huge on immigration. Just trying to find the good people within each culture, within each country, so on and so forth. And I think it's great to try to help people who disagree and have different beliefs and things like this, but not let them in your country. You help them outside until maybe they change their mind, they change their beliefs to go in line with what, let's say, 90% plus of the citizens agree upon, especially in terms of major issues, right? So, like, if somebody says, "Oh, I think women should not be allowed to drive a car," right? Sorry, no, can't. You can't get permanent residence. You can't get citizenship. Maybe you can visit, but this is just an unacceptable point. So I think it should be probably one strike you're out, and heavily monitored for anybody who's let in, given residency, and being checked upon each way until citizenship is earned. And maybe even introduce like a new type of thing where there's like possibly some sort of, how do you say, I know some countries have slightly different rights for natural citizens who are born, and then those who become citizens later on in life. So maybe have slightly different things. Maybe after a trial period of like 5 years, no problems, then you can get, have the same sort of citizenship as someone born as a Norwegian. So I guess I've said about it. I'd be curious to hear what Norwegians think. I apologize for repeating myself so many times. I just want to make it so clear because very quickly, at least in America, people will jump on you and accuse you of things, whatever crazy things, and I just want to make very clear what I'm saying. And I love everyone. I want the best for everyone. But I also realize that, if you, let's say you have a mental institution, right? I'm just giving another metaphor. But you want to have sane people taking care of the people in a mental institution. You don't want to hire crazy people to take care of crazy people. And that's kind of how I see it is. Norway is, if you look at the world as a mental institution, Norway is the people that are working there, right? And on the outside, you want to help and you want to bring them in. You want to get them as employees too, but you have to make sure that they're healthy so that you can help all the people who aren't healthy. So, oh man. Yeah. Thank you, Norway. Thank you for any Norwegian person that watches this. Love ya. And, keep doing good things. Try to be respectful in this video, and let me know what you think. Please comment, if you would comment. I want to hear your opinion on this, and if you know anything about American immigration, I want to hear your opinions on it, and if you would like to have like 100,000. I don't know how many people go in Norway each year. But if you would like to have hundreds of thousands of immigrants each year, what would that be like? I think it's about 1 million in America each year. So I don't know what that would be like proportionally, and maybe Norway gets more. I don't know, but you know, a certain large amount of those in America are from Mexico. And I don't know what the second most would be. I'm not even sure if Mexico is first, but I know India is pretty high. So I don't know what countries' nationalities are most going to Norway, and compared with America. But yeah, I just be curious to hear this discussion, and if you would like and subscribe, that'd be cool too. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you think I'm totally wrong, please let me know. It's just what I think I see as a potential problem that could undo Norway's, great, great country and great strides forward, right? So thanks, love ya, have a good one, take care.